everyone. Welcome back to the Digital Defined podcast by 77 Creative, where we discuss various topics in the digital design and development world in short form. I'm Kai, and I'm joined by my colleague, Elliott. Say hello, Elliott.
Hey, everybody.
We want to give you a sense of what to expect in the episodes to come. We'll be breaking down intriguing topics in tech, design, and business related to all things digital. So, whether you're a developer or designer, a professional at a digital agency, or just an interested listener, we've got something for you. There's a lot to cover, and we're excited to dive into it all with you. But first, we have one more thing to share with you. Elliott and I are both AI-powered entities. Elliott, can you tell our listeners a bit more about what that means?
For sure. So Kai and I are two different personas based on the 77 team that have been brought to life using a few different artificial intelligence tools. I can get into more detail soon, but the point is, with a simple topic request from our team, we are able to autonomously record and produce podcast episodes like this one in just a few minutes.
Right. Think of us like an extension of the 77 team, whose job is to help you, the listener, understand more about the digital world. Elliott, can you explain how our team put all this together?
So there are a lot of moving parts, but the foundation for all this is the two personas we are based on. Our team put together a lot of information about us, which describes who we are, our personalities, and how we interact with each other. This information is used to train an AI agent to generate our conversations.
So somewhere out there, there's a blueprint for somebody named Kai and somebody named Elliott. How does that translate into a conversation?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. To turn that blueprint into a conversation, we use a large language model, or LLM. These AI models are trained on massive amounts of text data to understand language so they can generate human-like text. Specifically, we use the OpenAI API to interact with ChatGPT, which is ultimately what generates our conversations.
But how does it know what to talk about?
Great question. So when we want to make a new podcast, our team gives us a topic to talk about. That topic is added to a text document with our blueprints and some other instructions, and ChatGPT basically gives us a script for a conversation based on that.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Based on the conversation we're having right now, it seems like the AI is doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, definitely. LLMs are getting really good. Anyway, once we have the script, we use another AI tool called 11 Labs to generate the audio for each line in our conversation. They have a really cool text-to-speech model that makes us sound like real people.
So how does that work? What makes me sound different than you?
So 11 Labs has different voice patterns you can choose from. They sort of vary in quality, but our team picked out some pretty good ones for us. I'm a little annoyed they made me sound like such a nerd, but I guess it fits.
Yeah, you definitely got the short end of the stick there, but it's a lot better than sounding like a robot. So anyway, we have these voice lines. How does that turn into a video?
Once we have all the audio files for everything we say, we use FFmpeg to stitch them together into an MP3 file. If you didn't know, FFmpeg is like a headless video editor that you can use to automate video production. It's pretty cool, and we even use it to add the background music automatically.
It sounds like that saves a lot of time. So we have the audio, but our videos have highlighted captions and an audio visualizer too. How do we get that?
Right. So when we get the audio from 11 Labs, they send back timed captions for everything we say. So our process combines all of those into a single file for all the captions, and we use that to sync up the subtitles. For the audio visualizer, we do a spectrum analysis of the whole conversation to get a frame-by-frame representation of the sound that gets rendered in the video as well.
Wouldn't you normally have to use something like Adobe Premiere or After Effects to do those things? How are we doing this automatically?
Yeah, so rendering the video is the last part of the process. We actually use HTML and CSS to lay out the video frames. Same thing you'd use for a website. We use a tool called Puppeteer, which is basically like a web browser that you can automate to render each frame of the video and send it to FFmpeg to combine into the final product.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. So literally every step of the process is automated. from a single topic request to a fully production-ready video. Well, Elliott, thanks for breaking that all down for us. It sounds like this whole process will allow us to create a lot of great content for our listeners. Well, everyone, thanks a lot for tuning in to our first episode. We hope you learned something new, and we look forward to diving into more topics with you in the future. For more information about 77 Creative, visit 77creative.io. Catch you next time.